Hey guys, Dave Hathaway Property Management. Want to do a series going from start of purchase offer to through renovation into lease up. If you're interested in renovations, if you're interested in just seeing why we do what we do or why we purchase what we purchase and the numbers behind them in an open, transparent video where you can see the good, the bad, the ugly of real estate investing. So welcome, thanks for joining. I want to talk a little bit about the project just to begin with so you can start to see some of the numbers. Number one is you always want to make sure you are in a location that you are comfortable with, that you like. I have so many emails and MLS searches that I look through on a daily, on an every other day basis. If you do not like the address and you do not like the area, just don't even look at it. It's a waste of time. So this came up back in November 2021. It came up, I think they listed it for $79,000 and we put an offer, I want to say at 83 or 85,000. We did not get it. It went to somebody else. It looks like the property went on and off the market for a while for some reason, and there were some major issues. So maybe people just didn't know the issues that were going on, but it went on and off the market. I noticed that it came back on the market at the start of December 2022, almost a year later from when we originally put an offer on. They never reached back out to me to close on it again. You know, it's definitely a good thing to follow up on properties that you're really interested in. But it came back on the market, and that's, you know, where we started. Said, hey, I want this property. I saw it before. I like the location. So number one is I like the location. I have a few properties that are a block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks away from this property. So I know what they rent for. I'm familiar with the area. I like the area. That gives me a comfort level to put an offer on a property. So if you're like the location, you're comfortable with it, your next step is going to be putting an offer on a property, your next step is going to be due diligence. It's not putting an offer on a property. So due diligence usually just starts with looking at the pictures on the internet to say, hey, is this something I'm interested in? For this particular property, I could see the pictures. It looked like it had been renovated at some point. It was definitely pretty beat up from a tenant, but it had been, you know, there had been new electrical put in and it was drywall and it looked like it had new PVC pipes. And I could tell this through most of the pictures, something that wasn't going to need a full gut, meaning tearing out all the drywall and going all down to studs. Next thing you want to do, if you're comfortable with the pictures and you say, hey, I think this could be a property that works. I like the location. I've done kind of just a little bit of due diligence on it. Is you want to do some sort of napkin math to say, hey, does this make sense? Should I go check it out or have an agent check it out? So after that, I did some napkin math. I said, hey, it's listed for 95,000. If I put in 20, and usually I can tell kind of how much it's going to cost. If I put in 20, 25,000, 30,000, is that something that's still going to make sense? Are those numbers going to make sense? Knowing that we can rent the property out for between 15 and 1,700, probably right around 1,600. So we'd be all in somewhere around, you know, 115, 120, 125, and be renting the property out for 1,600. A mortgage, if you look at all your expenses, the mortgage would be somewhere around $1,000, $1,050 on the property, and so there's a spread of about $500. I personally like a spread of $500 per property or per unit. I can't always get that, but that's kind of where I'm super comfortable with. Our company in general does safe, affordable, quality housing. That's what we look for. This fits into that niche very well. So after you've looked at the pictures and said, hey, I think I want to move on to the next step. I think I want to put an offer on the property. Either go and walk the property with an agent. You send an agent over the property. You send a home inspector over the property. In this instance, I do most of our property walkthroughs. Actually, I reached out to an agent and had them do the property walkthrough because I wasn't available and I knew time was of the essence, so I had to do it quick. Had the agent go over there, did a little video walkthrough of the property. He noticed a few things, not all of them, that I found a couple weeks later when I walked through the property, but he did pick out a few things. And so from that point, I said, hey, I redid my numbers, and I'll put a link down in the description to how I analyze a deal with our spreadsheet that I made that makes it super easy. and how I came up with those, about $1,000 in mortgage and about $1,600 in rent, and you just crunch a bunch of numbers. So did the numbers one more time, figured a good offer would be $95,000 with, I think I put $3,000 as a credit to the seller because there was some rotting wood that I knew we were gonna have to deal with, and I didn't think somebody in this market would offer them full price. They accepted. So after that, and a good learning lesson there is be a team player. You want, multiple agents, multiple contractors on your team. They're going to provide more knowledge than you are on your own. You can't take everything down by yourself. Real estate is I know it's cliche, it is a team sport. The more people you work with, the more people you can reach out to. Always don't treat them as a transaction, but treat them as this is going to be a long-term relationship between you and them. And so, with that agent going through the process, and everybody provides benefit for everybody. You want it to be win-win scenarios. So with that team sport, we put an offer, got an offer on the property, or an offer accepted. It was on the property a couple weeks later. I want to say it was 2.5 weeks later, and then we got right in the property. So that's where we started. For the rest of the videos, we're going to take you through the renovation all the way to the end, and then we'll go over the numbers again at the end. So hopefully that helps. What would help me, if you guys like this type of video, if you could subscribe to it. You can comment on what you want to know about the video, if you have questions about the renovation on stuff that I'm talking about, please ask. If I don't know, hopefully I can reach out to somebody on my team that does know. And last, enjoy. So this is a video to share so you can go through the process of what a real estate investor does. So hopefully you can have the courage to maybe do this or not, but hopefully you can join on the journey as we go on. So see you guys.